diverse American people. Decided to come on live, like I said earlier today. It's been quite a few days that we've had to go through here. We've seen pretty much the dismantling of the Voice of the People, public television, which is pretty much a declaration that Elmo is more dangerous than Nazis. They are more threatened by Elmo, by the cooking shows, by Nova, by the programs that we see that educate our children. They see that as a bigger threat than Nazis. So that's the reality that we're in. You know, just want you guys make sure you guys understand that. And back in the day, there was a vice president by the name of Henry Wallace in 1944, and he warned about this. You know, it says it takes a dictator and it takes a socialist, a communist, or whatever autocrat to know one. Well, this guy knew one, and he said American fascists claim to be super patriots, but they would destroy every liberty guaranteed by the Constitution. That's exactly what we're seeing. They demand free enterprise, but are the spokesmen for monopoly and vested interest, which is what we're seeing. This is what just happened here with CBS and the Sky Company, or whatever the name of it, Skyline, that bought Paramount. And it's the Orange Turd's buddy's son that bought the company. So that's why they're going to remove staples of American journalism, like 60 Minutes. They're going to remove. Well, they're already. Stephen Colbert is going away with the Late Show, which is just crazy, man. It's just the way that dictatorships work. It's a playbook, guys. They're following a playbook. This isn't new. This isn't creative. This is the same destructive bullshit that has destroyed lives, democracies, and countries before. But it's up to us, we the people. We the people. And the main thing I want to do while I'm here and I have you guys live, I see you, Gary. I see Megan. I see Ron. I see every guy. I see the beauty of your diversity, and I love it, man. And that's what makes us the most strongest country in the world. That's where our power and strength is, in our American diversity and the beauty of our American diversity. And that's what they fear most. And that's exactly what's under attack. All right? It's not just brown. It's diversity. They're starting with brown. All right? They're not going to stop there. But only we the people can end this. We the people can change this. All right? So getting back to Mr. Henry Wallace. And he said that their final objective is to capture political power, so that using the power of the state and the power of the market simultaneously, they can keep the common man in eternal subjection. That's exactly what we're seeing, guys. That's exactly what we're seeing. The rich get richer and everybody else gets fucked, because there is no in between. And excuse my language, I've said it, I don't like cursing, but desperate measures, desperate times require desperate measures. And we need to say this. We need to stop tiptoeing around the racism. Stop tiptoeing around the ignorance and the hatred. Stop tiptoeing around the absolute greed. Because let me tell you guys, man, the only purpose for government is to make the lives better of its people. All its people. And as long as that Constitution says we the people, not we the billionaires, not we the Christians, not we the white people, it says we the people. And even though they didn't apply to us at that time, because the way they wrote it, it applies to all of us. And it means all the people. We the people means all the people. All right? I'm his. I see his. I see DIMPU 128. I love you guys. I love every single one of you, bro. I love every single one of you. I love the American people, and that's why I want to be your next president. And it's crazy and impossible. It says it right there. Crazy and impossible. But that's what it's going to take to save our democracy, because these aren't normal times. These aren't regular people. All right? And I don't even think the orange turd knows half of what they're doing, because what he has done, because he is such a pathetic coward, he's surrounded himself with the worst people of all, because he's not making any decisions. He has lawyers making decisions for him. He doesn't even know if his job is to protect the Constitution. He said it on live television. So we've seen that it's all ignorance and hatred. That's the only thing that fuels this man's desires and everything he does. And greed. So we're going to end that. We have to put an end to that. We the people go to Crazy and Impossible. You guys got to share my voice. Share the voices of independent individuals, because the media isn't going to do it. They are all owned by the same oligarchs. Even these social media platforms, they're not going to share voices like mine. They're not. It's not in their best interest. They are part of the oligarchy. They were there on the inauguration day, donated their money to protect their pockets. So they're not going to promote pro-democracy voices. They're not going to promote pro-freedom voices. They're not. So it's up to us. It's up to you. Vince, I see you. Tamsi, I see you. And Nana Jenkins, I see you. You're beautiful. I love you guys. I love every single one of you. I don't care what color you are. I don't care where you came from. I don't care how you got into the country. I care that you love this country. And our next president needs to be someone like you. Someone like me. Someone directly out of We the People. Because Abraham Lincoln said, the people are the rightful masters of both the courts and the Congress. Not to overthrow the Constitution, but to overthrow the men who would pervert our Constitution. Ladies and gentlemen, we're seeing a daily perversion of that Constitution. And we're not going to stand for it. We're not going to stand for it. We the people, our beautiful American diversity is a lot bigger than the little white supremacist beta boy bitches. That's all there are. They're no leaders. They're only followers. Like that Lisa Murkowski, who had the opportunity to say, yes, sir, thank you very much for the concessions for my state. But what about the rest of the American people? Because as far as I know, I'm part of a chamber. I'm part of a governing body that represents all the American people. So thank you for the concessions you made, sir. But I'm part of a country. There are 50 stars on that flag, not one. Not just an Alaska flag. There are 50 flags. But because they are all pathetic, spineless cowards. There are no leaders. They're only followers. Even the orange turd is a follower. He's following what the lawyers are telling him to do. What the people from the Project 2025 and the Heritage Foundation are telling him to do. He doesn't have an original thought. Not one. Ignorance and hatred is the only thing they know. So because we know, we're going to put an end to that. Crazy and Impossible. My name is George Delara, and I want to be your next president. Crazy and Impossible. Because our next president has to be out of We the People. Directly out of We the People. No more corrupt billionaires. No more career politicians. To tell you the truth, I don't even think a lawyer should be our next president. It needs to be one of us. One of We the People. A single mom with 3 kids who has raised those kids despite her idiot husband. And those kids thrive. A father who works 3 jobs to support his kids and educate them. And has seen them serve in the military. and does not deserve to be deported by ignorance and hatred because they fear our success. They fear that we come to this country from wherever, from no matter how hard a condition, and we succeed. We learn a second language que ellos no saben hablar el primero. And it pisses them off when we switch entre idiomas y ni nos damos de cuenta. We don't even understand. We don't even know what language we're speaking in porque lo hacemos tan fácil, porque tenemos más inteligencia, because our IQ is superior and we can switch languages and manage 2, 3 different languages because of our intelligence. And that's what you fear. That's what they fear. The power and strength of our united diversity. Because I have white brothers and sisters who speak perfect Spanish. Perfect Spanish, because they were raised around us. And in Miami, we speak Spanglish. We speak Spanglish. Hablamos dos idiomas. We switch between languages y ni sabemos which language we're speaking at the time. And I know this is driving some of you crazy because cambio de idioma. Y ustedes ni se dan de cuenta. You don't even notice that I switch languages. I can't even tell cuando cambio de idioma. Because it is a gift. It is a talent. It is a symbol of high intelligence to be able to speak more than one language. So that is what they fear. That is why they want us removed out of the country. And if they don't speak the language I don't understand, they don't need to speak the language. We can make them English the American language, because that's the only language we know how to speak. That's what we're dealing with. Decades upon decades of relentless GOP attacks on education throughout red states, alongside white Christian churches preaching ignorance and hatred as Christian godliness. They combined to create weaponized ignorance. And they're so good at it that those of you under it don't even know you've been weaponized and think you're doing the right thing. And removing the people that grow my food is good for America. I just saw beef jerky, which was normally 99 cents, $1.99 at most, for $8.99. Right by the register. $8.99 for gnarled up, dried up beef jerky. That's because the smart guy fucked with China and lost that deal for American farmers, for American beef and meat industries, lost that deal because China made a deal with Australia for at least the next 10, 20 years. So that business is not coming back. So don't expect to see the price of meat to come down. On the contrary, expect it to just keep going up. Because you got morons who fell ass backwards into money and declared themselves geniuses, and y'all fell for it. So let's put an end to that. Geniuses, and y'all fell for it. So let's put an end to that. Let's elect talented people. So let's put an end to that. Let's elect talented people. Let's elect people who know what the fuck they're doing and want the... Ladies and gentlemen, spread my word. I love you. I love you guys. I love you. I don't know if this is going through. I don't know if this is happening. I love you. I don't know how much of this has been sent out, but we the people. We the people are the rightful masters. We the people. We the people are the rightful masters of both the courts and the Congress. Not to overthrow the Constitution, but to overthrow the men who would pervert it. And we see that every Constitution, but to overthrow the men who would pervert it. And we see that every day. You know, America has to be the only country in the world where with reality, with good and evil, with reality, with good and evil. Franklin Roosevelt Franklin Roosevelt. Let us never forget that government is ourselves and not an alien power over us. The ultimate rulers of our democracy are not a president, not senators and congressmen and government officials, but the voters of this country. And that's what they're after. I said it in a previous video if you guys didn't see it. Daddy didn't like it. And because Daddy didn't like it, they overturned the will of the people. In Miami-Dade, Florida, the Cubans who carry the dictator DNA in their blood, so it's not surprising to me, they already postponed an election. This year's mayor and council elections, they postponed it to next year. Those aren't coincidences. Those are tests. Those aren't coincidences. Those are tests. Those are tests. Those are tests to then roll them out nationwide and postpone the midterms, because that's in Project 2025. That's coming next. Get ready. I love you guys. Crazy and impossible. You guys, it's up to you. I think our next president needs to be one of us. Someone directly out of We the People. Because we're seeing the sea squirt stuff to it, then it digests stuff to it, then it digests its own brain. And that's what we're seeing. We don't see leaders. There are no its own brain. And that's what we're seeing. We don't see leaders. There are no leaders. They're pathetic beta boy followers. We need better. And our beautiful American diversity is our power, is our strength. Beautiful American diversity is our power, is our strength. And that's what they fear. And the proof is in every ecosystem, every stream, every river, every ocean, every forest, every drop of water. Diversity is what makes it healthy. Diversity is what makes it healthy. Diversity is what makes it thrive. I'm not better than anybody. I am just a middle of the road, regular. I'm not better than anybody. I am just a middle of the road, regular American who's going to focus on making your life, better, not destroying the life of others. I'm going to focus on leading through intelligence, love, and protection rather than ignorance, hatred, and weakness. God bless you guys. We the people.